It's red left switch, Z right, sprint right G, U corner, halfback flat. Nice and easy, let's walk it, here we go.
Jeremiah Sirles, I'm Phil Mackey, and this is another film breakdown here on the O-Line Committee YouTube channel. If you're new, a couple of offensive linemen who spent a combined decade and a half in the NFL are part of this this thing we call the O-Line Committee. We got our podcast that comes out early in the week, film breakdowns. Alex Boone out this week, but Jay, you're going to take us through the shiny new toy of the Philadelphia Eagles from late last week, Saquon Barkley. 3 touchdowns in his Eagles debut. One of them a nice catch over the shoulder on a little pass pattern. So we're going to break down some of the highlights from Saquon Barkley's Eagles debut.
Saquon is used to having to be the only guy that the defense keys on, right, with the Giants, right? Everyone was just like, hey, make someone besides 26 beat us, right? Like make Jalen Hyatt beat us. Make Daniel Bellinger beat us. Make Daniel Jones beat us. Don't let Saquon Barkley beat us. You can't do that with the Eagles because you've got guys like Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown and Dallas Goedert. I mean, they have so many weapons, and now you plug in arguably 1A or 1B running back in the NFL between Christian McCaffrey and Saquon Barkley. This dude's about to have a career year. I really believe it. I mean, just watching that first game and the holes, and it's the best offensive line he's ever played behind. He's about to go off. And I'm sorry, Giants fans. It's going to hurt. It's going to hurt to watch. It's going to really hurt to watch.
Yeah, but you know what? Like, I talked about this on the podcast with you guys. It does suck if you're a Giants fan to lose Saquon Barkley, but they're definitely not a Saquon Barkley away from competing in that division. So,
I mean, I think Joe Sheehan made the right GM move of it's more about the team than one individual, right? It's hard to let a guy like that walk, but one man's trash is another man's treasure, and Philly found him.
Yeah. So I'll pop up some of these highlights here. Bear with me on the Inception film screen here. All right. So we're in the red zone. It's early. By the way, weird start for the Eagles. Weird field, Brazil.
Field was some trash. That field was absolute trash. Guys,
you can even see the soccer lines here too. You see these little It's like, let's get the soccer lines off the American football field.
This isn't the pitch. This is the gridiron, bitches.
Correct. Exactly. So, all right. Here's what we got. First, Saquon Barkley highlight.
First of all, can we talk about how big the right guard is? Right. I mean,
yeah. I'll get you the end zone cam here.
I mean, he just runs away from that guy. That's 4.4 speed and 500-pound squatters there. Right. But look how big this offensive line is. Mekhi Becton is the biggest human being on the field, and he's playing right guard. I mean, Cam Jurgens is not a small man, and he looks like a child between Landon Dickerson and Mekhi Becton.
Yeah,
like,
it's kind of crazy.
It's enormous, right? And so they're all keying here. Jalen Hurts does a great job of feeling the pressure, right? He sees Seven can't help himself. He's falling down like, oh, I'm coming. Boom, they do a nice job. Play action. Landon Dickerson comes around. 59 gets caught with his eyes in the backfield for half a second. And unless you run a 4.4, you're not catching Saquon Barkley. You're not catching him out of the backfield, right? And they bring him all the way across, right? This is a great job. They bring him all the way across. 59 just loses him for half a second, and away he goes. And he has Devontae Smith wide open in the end zone as well here, right? If he really wanted to, when he pulls this thing out, right? So yeah, he takes the cheese, right? He takes the cheese. He thinks this is run all the way because he's reading Landon Dickerson as a puller. That's his first read, right? He could hit Devontae Smith right there for a touchdown, but instead he sees Saquon all the way over here and delivers a great ball. Saquon's got great ball skills with the ball in the air. First tutty of the game.
Man. So also, is this just good feel by Jalen Hurts kind of sliding out to the right, or is this designed?
No, he feels the pressure, right? So seven's coming. So he understands that they have a looper that's going to have to contain, and he knows that Lander Dickerson's kind of his security blanket out here because he's pulling across the ball. So he just moves in the pocket, gives himself some room, and then throws all the way back across his body. That's a long throw. And like if that's not an accurate throw high and outside, that's a pick. Oh my gosh. Look at that hole, dude. If Saquon's running through holes like this all year, good luck, rest of the NFL. You're talking about letting this guy get up on the line of scrimmage. So they go 12 personnel here. They run split zone, right? Double team. Look at that double team between. Oh my God, Mac, look at that hole. That's what you refer to as a gaping hole. That's a
so
gape.
51 and 77, just
Cam
swallow
Jurgens,
this
Mekhi
dude right
Becton.
here.
So this is just two double teams. Like Lane Johnson's one-on-one with Rashawn Gary out here. You've got 51 and 77 double teaming to the front side linebacker. You got Jordan and Landon double teaming to the backside linebacker. Dallas Goedert is going to influence him, and then he's going to come out to 21, and then they're going to bring 81 across to cut the defense.
Okay, so he's going up to this.
He's going
right
there. 88's going to come out. They're going to double team up to 59. They're going to double team here. But if you can knit displacements on the front side double team like this, right there, I mean, good luck, rest of the NFL. You're not going to catch Saquon when he gets that much head of steam going forward. Right now, he's the only one on the entire field. He's the only one going forward. The rest of the defense is going lateral to try and catch him. Not going to happen. Not going to happen. I mean, if he's running through holes like that all year, whew.
And he kind of was in this game. I mean, look at this.
Cam Jurgens. I mean,
That's a great cut there, too.
We've been putting some love for the centers on this film breakdown. Watch Cam Jurgens here, right? This is a very similar play. They're just going to run inside zone to the right. So it's a Lane Johnson singled up. They're running one double team up there, one double team on the backside, and the tight ends are going to double team this back up. But this is what we call about knocking the hip across. One, two.
Wait, a Packers defender came out of nowhere here. Look at this. Look at this. How many defenders do you see? When I swear to God, look. Look. So we got linebacker guy. We got, is this Rashawn Gary down here?
Yep, 52.
Boy, this looks like a huge. Where's the other Packers defender?
Hiding behind.
There he is.
Hiding behind this bus known as Mekhi Becton, the Volkswagen Beetle sitting there at right guard. I mean, but again, you lose Kelsey. You're wondering how it goes. Watch Cam knock the hip across. And then 77 thinks, I got to get downhill, right? Number 7 thinks, I got to get downhill. I got to fill this hole. Well, he decides to shoot the backside A, which is a poor decision. And away we go. Here comes Saquon rolling downhill, frontside read. Boom. Look at that hip knock.
Yeah.
And then he's late here.
Yeah, let's watch 69 here.
Yeah. Watch 69. Boom. Comes across, comes up, and then
is that kind of a...
He slips.
Okay.
He slips, but I mean, in reality, this is 51's guy.
Okay.
But so 51 has the front side A gap, right? So we talk about gap integrity, right?
Yep.
So Rashawn Gary's got the C gap out here. This guy that's lined up being engulfed by 77, he has the B gap. But when the A gap is this wide, seven has to make a choice of where do I go, right? Where do I go here? And he thinks, okay, 51's completely committed to this block. I'm just going to have to just shoot my gun and try and go get Saquon on the ground. But Cam does a great job, Jurgens here, putting his foot in the ground, just getting enough here, and then Saquon just does the rest. Does a great job of setting it up and then running through, and then you get the little hop into the end zone that we're so used to seeing. But again, does he even get touched on this play?
This is the meet in the A gap drill here, and if you freeze
meet in the
frame
A
it
gap,
right here, okay, it's one-on-one here. Is he gonna? Let alone tackle? Is he gonna touch him? Is the question.
And then just boop.
No,
quick acceleration. No one even touches him as he sprints into the end zone.
Dude,
you have Saquon back there. AJ Brown and Smith are also going to have feasts on these play actions. Okay, look how far he's getting before contact. Right, so this is a light box. So now they spread them out and they go 11. This is an RPO. This is a run pass option. So they read it here.
This cut
again. The double team between Landon Dickerson and Cam Jurgens is. I mean, Jeff Stoutland is one hell of an offensive line coach. He is phenomenal, and it helps he has great players all around, right? So you get these two guys doubling up to 7. They're reading the backside linebacker, who's not even a factor out here right now, over Devontae Smith, right? That's who the RPO read is on, right? And so he's going to cover. So now you just go here, and now Saquon has a decision. Do I cut it back here, which I'm surprised he didn't.
I feel like he could have cut that for about 20 yards. But
I agree, but he trusted his double team.
And look at this. Yeah, look at this wall of humanity.
We always tell our young O-linemen and O-line coaches all around, you want the running back to be able to read your nameplate. Because if your running back can read your nameplate, he now has a two-way go. He can decide where he wants to go from here, right? If all of a sudden you're turned and you're trying to put your ass in the hole and those type of things, you're telling the linebacker where he has to go. But also, Jordan, the left tackle, watch him widen Preston Smith here. Like, watch where this play starts. Right, so Preston Smith starts on the hash, right? He's on the hash. Watch where he ends up. Just watch this. Boom, drives. Okay, they make contact on the hash. 2 yards outside the hash, 3 yards outside the hash, 4 yards outside the hash.
Now he's going
5
up the field,
yards
yeah.
downfield. Like if you can stretch the front side like that and not get bookend and then have those double teams on the interior like that, that's the great running game piece. Then you
By the
bring
way,
in here.
did you see Jason Kelsey's debut on Monday Night Countdown last night at all? So
Yes.
he apparently he forgot his clothing bag in his truck before he went to the airport. So he had to like go to a mall and buy a Lululemon white dress shirt.
So funny.
And it kept like popping open. You could see his chest coming through. Like in the first 10 seconds of his ESPN debut, they're teasing about his shirt. He goes, "Yeah, my titties keep popping open the top button on the shirt here."
That's an SFR fine. That's a stupid effing rookie fine for Jason Kelsey there. Right, so they've been hammering him downhill with inside zone. Now you get one of the most athletic tackles in the business, Lane Johnson. This is called OT, right? So usually you're used to seeing guards pull around, but now you're going to pull your tackle, right? So now your right tackle is going to pull around. So Cam Jurgens is going to shoot through, right? Cam Jurgens is going to shoot through to the backside linebacker, number 58 back there. You got money blocks with Landon Dickerson and Mekhi Becton. Jordan does a great job keeping guys on the edge. And then look at Lane Johnson's pull here. Watch how low he gets. Inside leverage, pull through. Mekhi Becton's baptizing his defensive lineman. That's Kenny Clark. That's no one. That's no one to sniff at, right? That's a very good defensive lineman. But again, just an extremely well blocked play. Great execution by the guys up front. Saquon trusting his guys. Bang, big pull there. Inside leverage, and again, there's the hole. There's the hole, and Saquon is one of the best in the business, putting his foot in the ground, hitting the hole, and now you're one-on-one with the safety. Fantastic running, even better blocking by the Eagle line. Look how many guys are on the ground. There's Landon Dickerson flattening a guy. I thought Landon was going to get kicked out of the game for this play, by the way. Watch him come in at the end of this play and spear the pile. Like, if this was college, it's targeting, and he's definitely getting kicked out. But luckily, we play in the real world. Right, so double teams again. Displace, single blocks, baptism by Landon.
Yeah,
again, Saquon.
Him again. So
65 and 77. Look how big 77 is. Oh
it's ridiculous. I mean, it's legitimately hard to see the
Lane
Packers
Johnson
defensive
is
player.
not a small human. Like Lane Johnson is a big dude, and they are hip to hip, boom, driving their feet. This linebacker has no idea where the ball is. He has no clue. He comes across that double team, and all of a sudden Saquon's just there. Now watch Landon here. I love you, Landon. You probably might get a FedEx from the NFL on this one. Head down, kadoosh, right? And even the refs run in there like, "Hey, don't do that." And he's like, "Oh, I was just trying to push the pile, man." I love it. Scrum it up, get in there. 93 is like, "Oh, I don't like being on the ground." Come through here again.
The finish him play.
Boom. Just trust it. And then there's the power of Saquon Barkley. I mean, this offensive line is going to be so energized running with 26 or blocking with 26 behind them because he can truly take it the distance at any point in time.
Oh, this is one of my favorite runs
filthy.
of the game.
This is absolutely filthy.
Because you tell me, it looks like it's well blocked, but it's also just like...
This should be like, oh, he got 3 yards and we'll try him to fight again another day, right? Like, so they're finally getting smart now. Now they're wising up, and they've got 7 and 59 are way closer to the ball now as the linebacking core, right? So now this is outside zone to the left. So they come through here. They push it all the way across. They come to 7. 81 does a great job. Goddard needs to get across, right? But there's nothing really here. Like, everything's covered up. But he trusts his front side double teams. Look at 51 and 77. Again, they're square. Go back. They're not even at the main point of attack here. This ball is supposed to hit backside. But 51 and 77 are double teaming up to 7, right? And so they go through here. They come in across, and they just keep trusting it, keep pushing, and then he springs it deep, right? And that's just Saquon understanding, having great vision, having great patience, but mostly trusting. I mean, if Antonio or AJ Brown can finish off this block here, I mean, I thought he was going to cut it back this way and just run away from everyone.
Yeah.
But, I mean, Saquon's about to have an absolute career year. I don't know what he's yelling at Devontae Smith about here. I'm very confused. A.J. Brown was getting after Devontae Smith here, and I'm like, what?
Let's watch these guys real quick.
Like, I'm not sure what we're yelling about.
Boy, that
right?
is...
I mean, it's a thing of beauty, dude. he's so gifted. If he can stay healthy, look out.
Yeah, they are mad at each other.
I don't know what he's yelling about. First of all, I would not want to get in a fight with A.J. Brown. It's a scary human.
Again, look at this. I mean, it's just
they've got to have the biggest offensive line in the NFL. Like between Jordan and Becton, like just a couple of absolute mammoth humans. But the biggest takeaway from that for me, Saquon didn't have anyone touching him in the backfield hardly at all. And I mean, he had some, but if you let Saquon get past the initial line of scrimmage with that full head of steam, it's going to be at minimum 4 yards and more likely closer to 8, which is the power that he finishes rushes running forward.
I feel like the Eagles, among the contending teams or fringe contending teams, the Eagles were near the top of the list of big question marks. The meltdown last year, Jason Kelce retiring, they didn't answer every question because there are still some things in that game. I mean, Jalen Hurts, there was some decision making in there, but if one of the questions was how will the offensive line fare without Jason Kelce, in the run game it looked just fine. And we could maybe pick some nits in pass pro, but like, I don't know. And it's week 1, everything is grain of salt, but they at least answered some questions about what will the offensive line look like after
and
Jason
I mean,
Kelce.
The big thing is I think there was some poorly executed tush pushes, right? And I think it's going to take a little bit for Juergens and Hurts to get on the same page. Like Kelce and Hurts had such a good timing of like snap, fall forward that, that timing just wasn't there. And I'm sure they practice it, but again, live bullets, live reps is very different with the QB sneak than in practice. But I do think now that they have Saquon, they might be like, I don't know if we need a tush push. Let's just hand it to 26 and he'll do it. Right?
I mean, how about Saquon runs behind the 8-foot monster that weighs 400 pounds at right guard?
Yeah, let's just do that instead of tush pushing it. I think the tush push is not going to be quite as utilized this year, if I had to guess.
Yeah,
which will make Saquon fantasy owners very happy.
Yeah, exactly. And Jalen Hurts fantasy owners, which I have him in a couple leagues, very, very sad. So Eagles, enjoy your shiny new toy. Maybe
have fun, boys.
Some good signs for the future. Cowboys also looked great in week 1, so kind of a stalemate after week 1 in that division. But yeah, this has been another film breakdown on the O-line committee. He's Jeremiah Sirles. Our guy Alex Boone will be back next week. I'm Phil Mackey. Click that like button and the subscribe button. Appreciate you guys hanging out.